Alright guys, welcome. Happy Monday, Michael.
How are you?
You rightly say that. It's not Mac Boucher, TXG team member.
No.
Where's your face?
Non-existent.
It's right here, where it's meant to be. Guys, hope you're all well. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're fresh back off our trip to San Diego out to TPI, testing the new TSR line of woods. Impressive, can't say too much, but needless to say, we were impressed by what we saw. We've done a little bit of content down there, done a little bit with Mr. Volky.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was fun. TPI is always a special place to be.
Definitely. You weren't very nervous for that,
No,
were you?
no, not at all.
Not at all. Fresh off a little trip to Cabot, Mikey was wondering why his cheeks were looking a little bit bronzed, but we got absolutely pummeled with the sun in Cabot, which was a nice surprise.
Yeah, 36 in the heat, you'll get a nice tan.
It was ideal. Jeez, Mikey is tanned.
Who said that?
Don't know.
Yeah,
Don't know. But it's true.
it is true.
It is true. All right. What you got?
I was really tanned to that.
Yeah. Brown as a berry. All right. Hey lads, absolutely love your stuff. Jack's just throwing out some love. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Feel free to throw a wee question in there. Guys, back to the usual format. Obviously, when we were at TPI, we had JJ as our guest, which was a lot of fun, getting some of the stories about some of the sort of seeding of TSR and getting into the hands of some of the best players. It was cool. I actually met JJ for the first time at the Scottish Open at Renaissance and get a chance to hear about some of those stories. And then obviously he was working towards the Open the following week. So that was nice to kind of get to know him a little bit down there, and then obviously work with him a little bit once we get back to TPI.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Brian saying from Cabot to TPI, how do you top that with a reroute to Augusta?
It's tough, Brian, but we'll manage. We'll think of a way, won't we?
Yeah.
Maybe via Long Island or something. William's asking, TR red or TR black, Ian? I can't say because it's going to be on a video today. But one of them is in my bag. We got hold of them while we were in Carlsbad from the Fuji guys. Big thanks to them for getting us them in advance, which is always good. Straight away get them shafted up. We done a little bit of late testing on Friday afternoon just to see the different little nuances, and they were some.
Yeah, they were surprising.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Definitely. So, William, expect that video to drop on Wednesday. We'll do the Ventus videos on Wednesday. Corey's asking, are you handsome boys going to be doing some course vlogs anytime soon?
You're the boss.
Yeah, well, we spoke about potentially a little Muskoka trip.
Yeah.
Earlier
That'd be
on.
fun.
So difficult thing about this time of year is it's like, sand running out the hour clock. It's tough. We feel like we're on the back stretch of summer, which is ridiculous. We're only into early August. But to do these things now, there's so many other business commitments and other things. It's definitely a little bit tricky.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
We were talking about it earlier. The season up here is slowly coming to an end.
I know.
I'm getting pelters for this tan.
What are you getting pelters for?
It's easy on the spray tan. It's not a spray tan. Au natural.
Yeah, it's a little too natural. Forgot the sunscreen.
Yeah.
That's how natural it was. Just did a rewatch of one of the Rafluski TXG short game videos. Short game gems on using bounce. Any upcoming stuff coming with him? Yes. Very, very on topic. Gareth texted me last night asking, are we ready for an update? I think we're going to do a full day with Gareth into some of his teaching philosophies and definitely get outside. The only stuff we've ever done with him has been indoors, so we'll get out to Riverbend, or potentially, I think the request was to try and get out to Redtail.
Nice.
And do a little bit out of Redtail. I'd love to get on the course and do some different scenarios and that sort of thing. I think that's the pizza. So yes, there will be some more Gareth content coming soon.
Someone was asking there, I have Can you please let us know the difference between retail shafts and aftermarket shafts from a performance perspective?
I mean, from a performance perspective, there's nothing to say that a retail shaft or a shaft that has been designated to go in a stock head is going to be a worse shaft for someone. It's just you're limited by the options, the few options that you get. You know, if a shaft or a OEM has partnered with, you know, a couple of companies and say they offer a high launch, a mid launch, a low launch, and a counterbalance, right? They give you 4 options. What if that one low launch shaft doesn't work?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the low launch shaft might not be the one. It's just that one wasn't the right one.
Definitely.
So it's not so much good and bad. It's just what's right for you, and you have to go through a multitude of testing shafts to find that right one, which is where guys like us come in. What do you like? 4. So this is for a 4/5 iron replacement, 9 wood or lofted hybrid. Pros and cons.
I like the hybrid option if you ever want to like play it off a tee. I'm not saying you can't use a 9
bit
wood
more
off
versatility with that hybrid option, definitely. I mean, one thing we know with a 9 wood is it's going high, right? I think a hybrid, you might have a little bit more versatility to it. You know, definitely hybrid would be a little easier to hit than the 4 and the 5 iron for most people. It just depends a little bit more on what you need. You know, the benefit of the 9 wood, super shallow face, very, very easy to get up in the air. If you struggle with that, hybrids generally are a little bit more versatile in between. I'll drop off. Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Sure.
He's good to go. Yeah. Terry's saying, is golf season all year long in Southwest USA? That is true.
Yeah,
Must be nice.
That's why we love it. I mean, the West Coast doesn't get any better. West Coast, best coast.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Especially when you're on East Coast time and you're up at normal time and you're up at 5 in the morning. We took a little wander up to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Down onto the beach for a little wander down the beach. I mean, that's a
good
high
way.
quality living.
That's a way to start your day.
Totally. Trackman or flight scope, Michael? T2 Green is asking.
Trackman.
Or Foresight.
Well, if
No,
it's
I'm joking.
Trackman, like, don't put me in that.
I'm joking. Yeah, both.
I've used both.
Use both. Yeah. I would say if you're looking at Doppler radar, hard to see past track.
Yeah. Plus their interface is pretty good too.
Really good. We do like it.
Get a chance to see the blue Mizuno 221s in person. Have you seen them?
Yeah. Saw them on the tour truck at the Open. Requested a set, so really, really like them.
Shocker.
I know, blue anything. How would you know? How would you know I like blue? Our pal Mick Crawley across the pond. Hi guys, is it better to hard step a regular flex or soft step a stiff flex for a player at the top of the regular club head speed, but at minimum for stiff flex? Mick, it depends. I mean, you know, obviously that's dealing with taper tip shafts and you have to choose one way or the other. Obviously with a different route we can go is down parallel tip shafts where we designate a CPM, an actual flex to it. So really, it really just depends. You know, different shafts. You can have a regular shaft that actually comes out on CPM stiffer than a stiff shaft from another based on the playing characteristics of that shaft and the design profile. So it's a little bit more of an intricate, you know, question than purely, you know, am I more of a soft stepped stiff or a hard stepped regular? But you're coming to the right place in a few weeks anyway, so we'll soon find out. Michael, did you know we had a new outdoor location open? Did you know
I heard
that?
about it.
What did you hear?
I heard it's going to be world class.
Oh.
One of the
Location?
best. The beautiful Pulpit Club.
Yep. Just south of Caledon, just north of the GTA.
Yeah.
Lovely spot. We were up there on Friday night, putting up the tents, getting all doing a little bit of a dry run of getting that all set up, guys. Interestingly, ran a little poll on the weekend to see what you guys prefer in terms of being fit indoors versus outdoors. quite overwhelmingly, a lot of people said they wanted to be fit outdoors. There was a lot of people said we don't care as long as it's with TXG, which is very nice. But it's interesting. So I will say, any of you who are interested in being fit by us this, call it, late summer into the fall, you're going to need to be quick. That is filling up fast. We, I think, officially release
tomorrow. Right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think the booking list starts tomorrow, but after that Instagram post, I've probably had 7 or 8 people already put their name on the list for that. So if you're looking to be fit outdoors by us, full range of services from wedges, irons, drivers, fairwoods, hybrids, whatever it might be, we'll be doing all of that at the Pulpit Outdoors this late summer, fall.
Setup looks good too. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
It will. It will. Any updates on expansion, specifically Vancouver? Ooh, coming soon, very soon on that. We will be. Let me throw this one out there. We'll be on the West Coast before the end of the year. Throw that one out there.
Griffin is asking, thanks for the great content. Can you please talk through the pros and cons of Mitchell versus True Blue, Loft and Lie? Why did you choose MR3?
Good one for you.
MR3, ease of use for all staff, not just club builders or club fitters, is very easy to learn on. I like the simplicity of it. Whether it's digital or analog, I like analog for keeping it consistent and everything calibrated store to store, especially as we expand to Calgary and Vancouver and a mobile one. And there's less, we had a couple calibration issues in the past and stuff like that. So it's both are great machines. I've used both. I have a Signature series at home, but the True Blue in the shops work perfectly.
They really do, yeah. I mean, we had a bit of an issue for a while there with our digital Loft Lie machine, which we love because you can get down into the real sort of every quarter of a degree. You can be so specific on it. But one thing we found was in the winter time with all the static in here, you literally touch the Loft and Lie machine and you short the little digital display. So we kept having to get new wires and stuff like that, which was a pain. So analog is definitely the way we're going to go. What do you see? What are you giggling at?
Easy on the bronzer.
I know. Blade R&R. I've had S300 shafts in my blades. I needed longevity in my rounds, so I got fitted into a hard step 5.5, 115 grams. I don't like the feel in pure hits and dispersion. It is not as tight anymore. How's 120 hard step? Yeah, probably a good way to go.
Yeah.
I was playing 130 dynamic go for a while. I've dropped down to 120, really like it. Somewhere in the middle of that, I played a Modus 120, which was also good. But yeah, I think I do think that's a pretty good way to go. Yeah, definitely.
Any possibility of delivery changing on grass versus turf?
Delivery. It's an interesting point. Where's that one? I'll pull it up. Is that down towards
Mr. Rob Coates.
Oh, Coatesy. Let me see if I can pull that up there. Rob, great question. Yes, there can be some delivery changes, and that's one of the reasons we personally, not say we don't love outdoors, but that's one of the challenges of fitting outdoors is, say we've got a bit of rain coming today and you're fitting tomorrow and you out to the pulpit and you're kind of walking in the grass, it's a little bit soggy, and all of a sudden you go, better start getting a little bit steeper in these ones today to guarantee the strike. You don't want to be hitting them heavy today with a lot of moisture. So I don't think anyone's ever doing that in here when they walk in, and kind of the lab environment is as ideal as what it is. So the wind is another one. If the wind's kind of coming at you off the left or down off the right, and all of a sudden you start to adjust your setup based on how you want the ball to fly. So, I think that's the challenge of outdoor fitting is, there are more variables you have to consider.
The bottom there, at the very bottom, Mr. Scott Yemen. When Gareth comes in for the day, will he be doing any work on putting or more around the greens stuff?
His name's Gareth to start with,
yeah.
Mr. Yemen. You're such a donkey. He will be doing some putting stuff, and we'll be going to him for the day, so he won't be around here, so you won't be able to get a free lesson and stand on our shoulder just listening. Mr. Yemen. Help needed, yes, we know. You come for a wee day trip.
You're a duffer.
Yeah, you're a duffer, and a few other things. Scott was our fourth at Cabot, which is why we're allowed to give him a little bit more of a hard time.
Big check. With such rapid expansion, how are you going to ensure the quality of a fit that TXG is known for?
We're not really rapidly expanding. I think that's one of the differences. I mean, we are a company that's expanding 1 to 2 stores a year, and that's what we feel like is a nice, growth strategy that we can control the quality. We've got some criteria before you get in the door. We've got a rigorous training process. So we feel like we've got all the boxes checked in order to verify that we are getting the best in class club fitters. We feel like they're joining the best team in the industry, and they'll only get better from there. So we're handpicking the best and making them into even better.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other super chats I missed. Maybe
Really?
you grab one while I'm looking for it. I just don't want to miss any.
I just saw one. Junior B, currently in a slump and playing a lot of golf tourney and was playing well all in the 70s, and now I just can't seem to break 80. Any recommendations on mental aspects of the game? Taking breaks. You're asking the wrong guy. I'm as mental as they come. I'm in a slump too. My game is atrocious right now.
Was that super chat?
No, I don't think
Oh
so.
no, it wasn't. Okay, so let me find it. Sorry, I thought it was a super chat. Currently in a slump. There he is. Junior B in a slump. Been playing a lot of tourney golf. Was playing well all in the 70s. Now I can't bring any recommendations on mental aspects of the game. Taking breaks. Sometimes it's good to take a little break, a little chance to gather your thoughts and kind of. I think that's where having data like Arcos, data from Arcos is so helpful. I think you can isolate the problem a little bit easier at that point. I mean, unlikely all of your game is falling off and you're doing none of it very well anymore. So back to basics. I mean, the old stories are out there for us to extract the nuggets, the gold nuggets from. Jack Nicklaus in his start year, he would start the season every single year with Jack Grout, his long-term coach, and they do a little bit of work at the start of the year, make sure his fundamentals were in place. Off he went, off to play the tour.
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like the best players in the world, are maybe they're holding secrets back because it doesn't seem like they do much beyond the basics. No, they do the basics.
Right.
They don't overthink it. They don't over-analyze it. Sure, nowadays they've got teams around them who will do that, but back to the way it was done best. Just simplify it.
There's a good question from. Oh, there is a super chat in there, but DJ Miko. For the outdoor fittings, would you be hitting range balls or a premium ball, Pro V1, Z Star, etc., out onto the range?
Premium golf balls for sure. We've got premium balls coming in. I don't think we can officially say what that's going to look like yet, but it will 100% be premium golf balls. Yeah. Rob's trying to get Yemen stories. There you go. I see
Plenty tales to tell.
Plenty. Too much profanity involved.
That's
to
true.
tell.
That is true.
Very true.
Cody Van Gordon is a super chat. Oh,
yep.
There you go.
Using 2002 Ben Hogan Apex Edge Pro, heard blades have gotten better on bad strikes. Consider myself a ball striker. Yeah, I would say they have gotten better. If we look at some of the irons we just had on the channel last week, if you haven't seen those videos, go back and do that. But the Proto C videos, which was the kind of the titanium infused carbon steel, in order to try and make them a little bit more forgiving. The 14 RM forged with the kind of heavier high toe design to that one, moving that mass out towards the toe, increasing the MOI. So yeah, it's a bit of a trend right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. A lot of people always thought you can't improve a blade, but there's moving CG and stuff like that. You can really make them a hell of a lot different from 2002.
Definitely. There's the old boy, Mr. Brath himself. What was it like working with Vokey at TPI, Mikey?
It was good. It was nerve-wracking for sure.
There was a few funny noises coming from you at first.
There was the first few shots. I was thinking to myself, "Geez, I'm hitting a golf ball with the guy's name that's on the golf club is pretty nerve-wracking." But as a legend that he is, he was very calm, and he's like, "I'm here just to clean your grooves and listen to you hit some shots." And he changed a few things that I played this weekend, and they definitely helped. So. Pretty cool experience, a memory that'll last forever. So
yeah, well that was the purpose of it, wasn't it? To kind of make sure that you can walk away with that memory saying, I've been fit by Bob Vokey, I've spent time talking wedges and picking his brain on this and that, and that was a bite-sized interaction with him, and he's helped you. What do you think he done for those guys in tour? All those years when he was with them every single week. I mean, no wonder the Scott Hawkes of the world and all those guys that he talks about, Tom Pernice and all his favourites from that era, they just, I'm sure they would all credit Voke with so much of their short game success.
Totally.
He is a legend. I mean, and that word's overused these days for sure, but he's earned that right. I mean, I think he's about 83 now, Voke, and he's not going to last forever. He's got a long time left in him. If you look at him, he's a healthy, sprightly 83. He works out every single day. He's the hardest working guy in the whole place if you let him be. But nothing lasts forever, and I don't know, how do you ever replace a Bob Vokey?
Yeah, I mean, he got into some stories off camera which were funny, but the names that he was dropping, Sevi and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, the guy's standing next to a chop like myself, and he's telling us Sevi stories. So pretty cool.
It is good. It is good. A few the regulars just joining us. Dave, how are you, pal? Dave's just back from the homeland. Had a little trip over to Scotland. I think it was the week after the Open. So I hope you had a great time, my man.
Navy P. Will you guys be trying out the pink chipper? I've ordered some for testing to bring them into the studio. I think it's an interesting concept.
I was chuckling, but you're like, no, people have been asking about it.
Yeah, a couple customers have asked for one. I think we ordered a couple, but definitely there are some coming in.
Guys, let us know. Are you interested in the ping chipper? I would be very interested if that's one you'd like us to take outside. And I posted a little video last night of doing some practice, some skills practice at my club. I set out my Raflewski putting discs 8 foot apart, and the objective is a ladder drill to basically hit the first ball as far as you can out in the zone, and then each ball incrementally stops short of that but still is in the zone. And I was doing that with the metal wood. It's good to do it with a 7-iron, but good to do it with a little chipper.
Totally.
And I think the chipper being shorter shaft length could be ideal.
Yep.
Did you guys get the pizza? I know it's here. It's 9 minutes ago it was dropped off.
Anthony H goes, won my club championship yesterday, 3 under with a birdie on 18 to win by 1. Thanks for all the help over the years, TXG team. Congrats. It's good playing.
Was that, I missed that one there. What is
this slide here? Won his club championship yesterday.
Good for you, Anthony. Wow. Wow. With a birdie on 18 to do it under the pressure. That's when you know your game's on. Right, when you need to pull a rabbit out the hat, and you can do it. Love that. Shin Bateman. Shin who was telling you about that we met at Loch Lomond. Assistant pro over at Loch Lomond. Who was the most impressive ball striker at the Open? See you back at Loch Lomond soon. Well, I'd love to be back at Loch Lomond soon. I'd love to be there with you guys. By far and away the most impressive ball striker, and we said it right after it was Rory, and he was in a league of his own. I thought Max Homa was really impressive in person. I love that swing, love how compact that is. He controls his ball flight. I mean, I know he doesn't quite have the horsepower that the others have, but from a control standpoint, Abe Answer was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
he knows exactly where his ball's going just about at all times. So he was very good, Shin, but Yeah. Now, I look forward to seeing you, pal, and definitely give me a shout. If you need anything at all. Mikey says I've been wearing my Loch Lomond shirt a little too much recently.
Yeah, he likes it.
Do you like it? I do.
People are asking, was Cabot Cliffs as awesome as it looked in the pics? Pretty good.
Yeah, it was. It's an amazing place. It really is. Phenomenal golf courses. Still very early though, isn't it, in its development? You know, it's hard as it is to get a tee time there. It's not actually about the scale of getting people on the golf course. It's the scale of the infrastructure of people staying.
Getting a
on
place
the
to
Cabot
stay before you
Resort
play.
is difficult. So, they're thinking 2013 was when they opened at the links, and then I think it was 17 at the Cliffs or something like that. So it's still very, very young, and there's no doubt about it. It's going to be right up there already in some rankings, top 15 in the world on the Cliffs, and the links is also right up there. But most people I spoke to now have all said the same thing, that they prefer the links.
Yeah, I think the links is so playable.
Playable.
You could be a member there and play it all day long. The Cliffs has some great holes, and then there's some holes that they're tough and they're all uphill.
A lot of uphill holes. Gary, thank you for you love this format. Thank you very much. We do enjoy the Q&As. We definitely do. We try and do them as often as we can, certainly weekly anyway, because we do want you guys to ask questions about what's important to you. It's good in the videos that we can obviously try to represent different types of golfers, but when it's this format, we can pick and choose your questions where you're literally getting into the struggles of your game, or tell stories from some of the parts of your game that are working really, really well. Either we love to hear. So do we love the P7 MC? Do we love it?
Yeah,
in its class, iron. I think it's a phenomenal iron.
Looks amazing. Really, I think it's really good.
Gary, I hear way more positive feedback on the 770, but what about the workability? Huge trade-off on miss hits. Very different type of golfer, I think. That's one of the reasons when I was noodling about with combo sets at the start of the year, I found it very difficult the thought of putting a P7 MC and a 770 together, because the law of progression didn't quite work for me. The progression, even feel and shape and things like that, didn't really work for me as well. So I thought the 760 was a gorgeous combo set of irons. But I do feel that you've got MC and MB on the P7 line, 770 and 790 over here, but there's a bit of space between them.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt about it, the 7 MCs are not all that forgiving.
No. I played yesterday with a Canadian pro golfer, and he has 770s and stripes it. And one thing he was saying yesterday was, the only thing I wish I had was more workability. But again, he doesn't play all the time. He's kind of a trunk slammer right now. But P7 MC, it's one of my favorites.
Definitely. Anders is talking about the last Faldo sign off and kind of how emotional that got for all those guys in there. It was obviously it was very they were selective in who they had there finishing with them. Obviously Ian Baker Finch, Noblo and Jim Nance, and obviously Baker Finch and Noblo were two of Faldo's rivals through that era, and they talked about some of the battles they had in the back nines at majors and where have you, but Faldo had to be their idol in a sense, so signing him off after 16 years of commentary, and hearing some of his pearls of wisdom and things like that. I know people tend to rag a little bit on some of the guys that maybe aren't as familiar with the technology era that we're in right now, and they maybe say things in a way that they can, make sense in their mind. Faldo was just somebody who truly dug it out of the dirt. Can you imagine what Faldo would have been like if he had a TrackMan and AMM 3D, motion capture, and all these different things? I mean, the work he done with Ledbetter in the early 90s was quite something with a video camera, looking at it 2D.
It's wild.
Amazing to think. So, huge influence on on a lot of those guys. So yeah, it was emotional seeing them sign off a close friend. Okay. Matthew with a super chat. Matthew's heard us say Apex. I've heard you say Apex should equal swing speed, driver fast. That's, yep. Where should that transition? 105 driver. That transition. Not sure what you mean with that, Andrew. Where should that transition? I've heard you say Apex should equal. Yeah, so I do say Apex should equal swing speed. So I'll put it this way. If you're tour level, so call it 115 miles an hour with your driver, the likelihood is your apex on your max ball flight will be about 115. The average golfer, their 6 iron speed, call it 84 miles an hour, tends to be about what the average apex is on all their clubs. So it's just more of a, not a hard and fast rule, it's more an observation just over years of seeing that type of stuff, Matthew. It was always the way that when we'd work with people, and I used to always focus on ball speed, launch and spin, and oh, look at that 84 miles an hour and club head speed and 84 feet in peak height, they match up again. And I was kind of always going the long route to get to the destination, and then when I saw it kept happening so often, I said, well, if I can just get the peak height to match the club head speed, the other 3 fell into line for free. And we talked about it. It was interesting to hear JJ talk about that's the way he fits a lot of his guys on tour, because it's not something you hear about too often. Just addressing the peak height, and that allows you to get the ball speed, launch and spin in the right space. So just something we observed, a little nugget that we picked up over the years.
Project's asking, hey boys, currently play X-Forge 18s, but wearing them a bit after several years, 100 plus rounds, practice annually. Any suggestions for an equivalent new model? Thanks. I mean, X-Forge 18s, you can go P7MC, could be the first one to start with, T100.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously an updated version of an X-Forge. There's TCB if you want to stay in the Callaway family. Treat yourself, little Mura 201. TC 201 would be lovely. But Frederick, you know what we're going to tell you to do. We're going to tell you to go and get fit, because that's the way you're going to know the answer for sure. So lots of good options though. I mean, in there right now. I mean, even to be honest, you could quite easily recommend going direct to consumer on that.
Totally new
front.
level.
Yeah, go to new level.
Sub 70.
Yeah, some phenomenal irons at great value, in and amongst that kind of iron design. Steph's asking, Ventus TR Black review. Steph, we will be filming it shortly after this live. We have it somewhere around here, but it's in-house. We will be doing a little comparison. Well, actually we're doing all 3. We'll be doing Ventus Red, Ventus Blue, Ventus Black, give you guys an idea on how it feels. We'll extract some data. We'll dive into all of that.
Ben is asking, BGT versus LA Stability putter shaft. Prefer one.
That's the blue one. Yeah, that's the blue. We'll hit that one when we get a chance. BGT versus LA Stability
putter shaft.
Fair one. Yeah, fair one.
Both are good. I actually used LA golf putter shaft yesterday. It was good. Firm, heavy. Not bad.
Muted in the sound.
Definitely. Maybe made the putter have it in a little harsher in a way, but both are great. I think both are really good.
Yeah, I probably have spent more time with BGT than LA. So, I thought that I had it in that Mizuno M-Craft putter. I had the Stability Tour one, which was a little bit softer than the original one, and was really, really nice. There she is. Lovely.
I don't even know if you can see that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
TR Black.
I think the red looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Red is my favorite.
It does. Yeah, little kind of transition of from the black handle into the red.
Yeah. Looks
very
good.
Yeah, I mean that's I think guys don't want to spoil how it performs or anything like that, but to note on those that they will not be replacing the current Ventus line, they will be adding to the Ventus line. So you'll have 6 options rather than 3 on that front. Some feedback for Frederick to check out the sub 70 TA3s. We really like that iron when we test it, the Tommy Armour ones. The Fogo Ian was Cabot as awesome as it looked in the pics. I mean, yeah, Cliffs is I don't think many courses will photograph as well as the Cliffs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be talking about some pretty hallowed turf to photograph as well. You're going to be talking the Pine Valleys, the Cypress Points, Pebble Beach, those types of ones. But we got lucky with the weather. The sun was shining, and it was pretty epic. Good. Actually, to the detriment of our golf, I found round the Cliffs. I found there was so many pictures taken, and we were caught talking about, this vista and that, and how did they do this, and kind of had to give myself a little, remember we're still out here trying to play and turn in a decent number. So I think that's why, and the links is really nice as well. But like I found, like on the links, I was forward facing, ready to play. And on the Cliffs, I felt like I was kind of more taking it all in. Yeah,
I think for I know people that have gone to Pebble, they've gone a day early and they take a cart late at night and they go take their photos, because it does affect your play for sure when you're getting stuck behind a camera all day.
Madman for you is your neighbour.
Madman for
Mikey
you.
Mikey is my neighbour.
Okay.
TaylorMade DHY is much more forgiving in this year's model than others. Would it be an option for a 9 handicap who cannot hit a standard 2-iron but wants a low fairway find? Definitely. Yeah. Definitely would be. Yep, absolutely. I think those utility hybrids are definite for people to try if you want to try and get into something that's get that centre of gravity forward a little bit, nice shorter shaft, control it nicely.
Christopher or Super Jet. There's a couple Super Jets.
Yeah, try and catch up with those. Just want to get Ben Kenobi here. When can I book a fitting for next year? Gives him some time to save up and practice. Anytime. I mean, you can do it. You can do it now. Do it anytime at all. We're actually just about to talk a little bit about that a little bit more in terms of we actually think this is the best time of year to be fit. We're right in the middle of the season. Everyone's generally kind of had the rust and played enough rounds that you get all that out your system. You played a little bit of competition golf, and the weather's pretty good. So lots of good options out in the marketplace. The fitters understand the tools that they're working with now, and what heads do what shafts do what. Typically this time of year the lead times are much less as well, because the rush to get early season product has diminished, and that's the case right now. I think we've seen our lead times being slashed by about 2/3 over the last few weeks. So we're in the best spot we've been all year when it comes to lead times. Down to just a few weeks in some cases. So it's definitely, I think this is the time to come in and get fit if you haven't been.
Totally.
Yeah. Some new product coming out as well, which is good, like TSR and some of the other things we can't really talk about, but lots of good stuff.
Alvin, Super Chat. Got some Strixon ZX5s, but now big gap from pitching wedge to RTX 52 zip core. ZX5 approach wedge is first choice, but sold out everywhere. Suggestions on getting something similar. I mean, I have actually fit some customers just for loft purposes. Obviously, I wouldn't go 100% into a 52. I've even had customers because we've had this issue with approach wedges being sold out, into a CBX zip core.
Yeah, that's a good option.
That's what I've
That's a really good
done
option.
that a couple times.
Yep, little cavity, but still has some short game technology
100%.
in it. And the other good thing is as well, Alvin, I would say we often at this time of year have odds and ends, some 3-irons and some approach wedges left from full sets that we had. So, I'd reach out with a little email to info@TXG with just your info, and see if we have any spare approach wedges out there that we could build for you.
Yeah.
We often see that this time of year where we've got little kind of...
Lots of 3 irons.
Yeah.
Lots of approach
Anyone
wedges.
looking for a 3-iron?
What else?
Let's see. I saw Andy's left as a super chat, but I don't see the question. See if you can find... There we go, Andy there. Andy, with a mini driver, should you be teeing it lower and closer to the centre as opposed to a driver? Never see this being addressed during reviews. I can always think everyone's going to find their own home and sweet spot with that, Andy. Just angle of attack and strike point are going to be different for all golfers. You see some people like Luke Donald, right? Somebody who historically aimed everything. I want to say Luke he was out the toe a little bit of the driver, knowing that he was going to move the sweet spot towards it. Other people, are more in the heel when they line up the ball. Everyone's a little bit different. So
I think when I hit that mini driver in here, we played around with tee height and stuff like that from that video.
Sebastian, what's better, more forgiving or easier to hit Callaway Apex TCB or Titleist 100, T100s? What would you prefer? What's better, more forgiving? Well, we can safely say T100 is more forgiving.
Yeah.
Due to the multi-material, the amount of tungsten that's in there. But I don't think that necessarily leads it to be better for you. I'd love you to hit them and see for yourself. Two incredibly good irons. Both you could argue are best in class.
Yeah.
So
hard to pick one over the other.
Definitely. T100 though has been our number one iron in the store for a couple of years.
Yeah. Christopher Orr is a super chat.
Okay, grab that 1 second. Dave's asking, Ian, did you end up flying to Atlanta to get your clubs, or did the delivery flying to Canada? So, Dave, I got really lucky on it. So I was booked. I think I'd said it on the live last time we were in here doing a live that I had a ticket going to fly to Atlanta just to see if my clubs were there. I met a friend of mine at the golf club who works for Mizuno. He was on his way to Atlanta for business meetings on the Monday. So he said, listen, I'm flying through Atlanta anyway. I'll check at Air Canada, see if your clubs are there. Sure enough, he gets there Monday afternoon, finds them sitting right there in the Air Canada office. He just grabs them, takes them back with him, and he flew back. I think I had them by Thursday that week.
So good.
Before we went to Cabot. So thanks to Mark, I did not have to fly down to Atlanta and was delighted to get them back. But I tell you what, it led to some confusion in terms of what to put in the bag, because what was started in the bag was disappeared for 6 weeks. So I had to put some other stuff in there, and I'd really gotten used to the P760s with LA golf shafts and some of the other things I had built, and then obviously all the other stuff came back. I felt like I had the bag really settled with those TPT shafts and stuff like that. It made me think. So I think probably need to take a little dive. I've actually got a bit of golf to play over the next few weeks. So I need to try and make sure I get the bag dialed before that. What do you see, Michael?
Super chat, Christopher Orr. Any plans on a Discord or some type of community TXG group to interact and grow the community? Things like golf outing groups, etc.
Yes. Yes and yes. Obviously when the membership program kind of fell away and at the start of the year, we've felt like there's been like a big hole in the kind of communication within the community throughout, and it's definitely not been easy to try and think about how to plug that gap, especially as we've been busy and going so hard and fast with the stores, etc. But there's been some movement in the last couple of months towards what the online community membership platform will look like. So I think we're very, very close to being able to tell you guys what that is moving forward. So I'm excited about it, I really am. I think I'll run by a super chat there. Just want to say thank you for that live video. Recently was fitted into 3 degrees up for 921 SELs. Hit a fade with a demo, but a big duck hook with the new clubs. Trying one up next and go from there. You know, don't underestimate those lie angles and the differences that you can make. I mean, we done a fun video with Mikey earlier testing the new Tacoma 101T irons, really nice iron, but we saw some dispersion issues that we would like to address, and we done a little lie check with you.
It was good.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, like again, people always think lie angle just only changes, direction or whatever.
Turf interaction and toe down, heel up.
Yeah, the video will be good.
Yeah, I think that'll be a fun one. A little part A, part B to that video, which will be fun. Tyler's asking, is there a demo store for all your old clubs and shafts? There should be.
Could be a Costco.
Well, listen, if we combine forces, it could be a Walmart and a Costco. Maybe both. We're very fortunate, Tyler, and we, this time of year we've made our decisions. We've tested most of what's out there now and kind of see what we like and what we don't. Mike obviously has Mitsubishi TB and his driver through to his putter, has 14 of those in the bag, various weights and tipping instructions, etc. But yeah, we need to figure out what to do with it.
It's a good shaft.
It's a very good shaft.
Needs a review.
We reviewed it.
Scott Yeaman says he'd like a driving or a 3-iron. I strongly disagree with that one, unless you're going to use it as a cane.
Old man Yeaman. Okay. Chico ordered a Stealth +5 wood with a Ventus Red 7S, and the shaft appears to be tipped when compared to my TSI 2-3. Our manufacturer's adapter is different to cause this appearance. The likelihood is you're going to tip a 5 wood more than a 3 wood anyway, right? So that's probably the first place to start. Chico would probably like to know if the shaft in your TSI 2 is a Ventus Red also. Might be a different model. Hosel depth on adapters on a TaylorMade versus Titleist?
Close to half.
Titleist being
the longest.
the deepest.
Yeah, the deepest. Yeah.
Interesting. So that can be another part of why when you look at the velo core at the back, it looks like it's sitting so close to.
Yeah. Plus, and then also if you go to change those adapters, you're gonna have a lot of prep work underneath that Titleist one.
There you go. The master has spoken. Lots of chipper chat. I saw Mick Crowley posted back saying something about he loved the pink chipper. Game changer, in fact, I think were the words he used. Ian, you promised us a graphite design shootout in a live last year. I'm working on this. I'm working on something that I think could be really, really cool for this.
That new graphite design, what's it called? CQ?
Yeah.
You putting a dog in my face?
That was even so. Yes. I think it'd be good to do it down there in San Diego, and would be good to do it with the Shaft Labs guys.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
There's obviously the new CQ.
I think it's CQ.
CQ
Yeah.
looks really good. Black, gold, and red. Looks excellent. But we want to do the full line. You want to do IZ, DI, HD,
UB,
XC,
TB, TP. The old
TP. Yep. Anything else?
UB, did I say that?
UB.
What's the yellow one?
MT.
Oh yeah.
DJ.
BB.
MJ. So many. So many.
I think we made a few out.
Alright.
Someone's asking, tease us with some rumors about next year's clubs.
Jesus.
There's a
Everybody loves a nice
center-shafted
teasing.
center-shafted driver coming out.
Oh, wait for that one. That's going to revolutionise the whole thing. I mean, I don't enjoy a centre-shafted putter, but wait till you see a centre-shafted driver.
Game changer. Stock shaft, auto flex.
Yeah. 48 inches.
And
stock.
only $100.
I know. Yeah, it comes with a Jumbo Max. It's going to be epic. Did I give away what company is going to release it? Did I? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to skip right to the end here. Rasmus is asking, Tacoma 101T review coming? Yes.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming. Coming in hot. Mr. Coates is asking, is the AD-IZ on the softer side? I wouldn't say so. No, I would say it's pretty stable, Rob. I think DI might be considered a little bit on the softer side, but IZ is a little bit more stable.
Can you go right to the super chat or whatever you
Travis?
did? No, Paul. PK.
Oh, there it is. You're fired.
You need a putter fit, my friend. That thing is awful.
You're fired, Paulie K. Could a flatter lie angle on a driver tighten left to right dispersion? If so, how could you achieve this? Nowadays it's different, obviously, with the shaft adapter. So most companies start at their flattest lie angle, and due to the loft sleeve, whether it's a single or a double axis loft sleeve, can change loft and lie independently. I would say probably ping, if you're looking at going flatter, is your best option, because it's got the little secret settings on the back. So I think the stock drivers comes in at, I think it's 58, and then flip that around and you're on the flat setting, goes to 55. Mm-hmm. You can also play the driver half inch short, up the weight a little bit. That'll get the driver playing flatter again if you really eliminate that left side. Okay. Oh, it's just for you. Favorite glass of wine?
Just for me. You make me sound like a alky.
If people want to know why Mikey's glowing today, it's because he's had that much red wine. He's
no wine.
Basically polluted on a regular basis.
No wine this weekend.
Detox.
Aye, sure. I don't even drink that much.
Yeah, I lie. Hold out your arm. See, told you. Lying. Sebastian is asking us, isn't the T100 thinner than TCB? How is it more forgiving? Well, certainly thinner top line is not much of a indication as to which one's more forgiving. It's actually the density of the mass in the sole, so that tungsten that's in the sole, in the heel specifically, and the toe, positioning that mass away from the centre that stabilises the head so much, Sebastian. So yeah, I mean, the top line can give you some indication into the size of the head, but really when you start adding dense materials like tungsten in there, that's got a far more significant impact.
Matthew Man City is asking, similar profile to X100 but lighter option. What would you recommend? Man City 1-2 on the weekend?
What was their score?
2-0. 2-0? I think so. I only watched a couple minutes of it. I'm a new fan.
The man watches one Pep Guardiola documentary.
Listen,
he's a fan.
Pep's a legend.
What happened to the Swans?
Swans are trash. Alright, 2-0.
2-0
Near West Ham.
Used to be a Swansea fan.
They went into business.
I know. They did. Matthew, you're looking basically at Dynamic Gold 120 X100. That's what you're looking at. Really good shaft. I play those in the irons and wedges. Love them. Big fan. Big fan.
Center shaft and driver. That's almost as good as the... So I love a glass of red wine, just like everyone else.
Just sit that just by the lips here, just so you can just dip in there. Little nose bag of red wine. Stephen, our good friend Stephen Robertson, is saying Adele recently had a podcast on toe hang and face balance putters being only half the market, the other half being heel hang. which isn't served. Thoughts? Could not agree more, Stephen. I mean, I'd love to see more companies embrace putters that hang that way. I don't know. 80% of the people I work with miss their putts on the right hand side. Even when you give them, the right setup, the right length, something about it, they just don't shut that face. I mean, honestly, that Adele putter with the heel hang is a game changer. I probably fit 70% of the people I fit into putters will leave with an Adele.
Yeah.
Based on that problem I see.
I like the triple alignment lines with an Adele. Very exclusive.
The double triple.
If you need one.
The double triple.
Yeah.
Triple on top, triple on the bottom.
Yeah. If you need one, I can order just from us though. You can't get it through anyone else.
How's your quota looking for the year?
If 19 people need to purchase a putter, please give me a call.
Blake enjoyed that when the centre shaft the driver. He can smell our BS when it's coming. How do we like the new Jaws raw wedges? Ryan's asking.
Yeah, they're nice. They look good.
I like them.
Impressive, very clean.
Lovely. Nice technology story. Really like this new Z grind, whatever you want to call it. Nice. Yeah, very good. Need to get outdoor with Mr. Wonder and do some more in-depth testing, I think, on those.
Mike Smith is asking, how do you like your steak? Rare, medium, burnt, filet, sirloin, or ribeye?
I like my Kobe medium rare.
Nice.
You?
Medium rare.
Medium rare. Lovely.
My God.
It's almost like you copy me whenever time
very
we go
good.
to a restaurant.
Very good.
Best feel from a set of blades out there right now, Michael. Put you in the spot. Here's your microphone.
501s.
Still your 501s. Like it. I would say for me the most solid feeling. Again, what do you look for, right? If you look for soft, I don't think the 14 irons I use feel soft. I think they feel really solid. I prefer the feel of solid rather than the feel of soft. Solid feels to me like I've hit something. Soft feels like I've got, I've not got enough into it.
Yeah. Good point. So smart.
You're so sarcastic.
Snarky. Actually snarky on the live.
Nah, no snark today. It's good.
Yeah,
It's
good.
nice.
Did it just for that
you're a changed
one
man.
viewer, just for you.
Got to give some love to my man Jim from Glasgow. Ian, do you fancy the Gers tomorrow night? Jimmy, 3-1 to the Gers tomorrow night. A wee extra time goal to see us through.
You want to put money on that one?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's
With you?
do it. Sure.
Much.
How much you want to put on it?
$100.
Okay, sure.
Done. You don't know who we're playing.
No, I know, but and I mean not put it on Bet365.
You just love a bet these
nice.
days.
It's good.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? I think. Yes, Dane. RB has sadly moved on from TXG. Don't even know if we've got sound effects of tears or what we've got.
You have sound effects on here?
Yeah, I do all sorts on here.
Jeez, oh.
I know. It's a big day. That's maybe not what we were thinking of for Ryan leaving, but that's what you can do.
What's a glockenspiel?
Bring.
Oh.
Glockenspiel. So now, RB had a great opportunity to go and work at golf.com, something that is right in his wheelhouse, something that he will be a tremendous asset for them in his role. He already is in the work he's doing with them. Nothing but support for Ryan. He's a long-time friend of Mike and I's, and it was a hug and we wish you well, and we'll meet you on the road somewhere when we cross paths, which we inevitably do when we're out at Carlsbad or PGA shows, or we'll get that round of golf we manage to get in every year and stuff like that. So sad to see him go, but really happy to see him in a place where he seems like he's really happy.
Definitely.
It's good.
And we missed him at TPI by like one day.
Yeah, we did.
What do you think will happen to Ben Hogan? Who will acquire them or nobody?
Yeah, that's interesting because there was lots of love on here for the Hogan stuff.
Stuff was nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
TV. Even if it
I'll
doesn't
leave
work.
this one to
Even
you.
if it doesn't work, a TV.
Diamana TV or Ventus TR, fast transition, 106 club speed, 161 ball speed, 10cc currently in the driver. Michael, talk to me.
TB tipped a bit. No, TV's definitely a little bit softer. I would probably go Ventus TR. Depends what you're looking for, but TB, always a TB.
Also depends which Ventus TR we're talking about.
Yeah.
What?
Red, blue, black.
Yeah.
TB's only one color.
That's right.
Pure.
Pure as the driven snow. Yeah, I would say, with your numbers, fast transition. Fast transition. You could very well be in black if you load it as hard as that. If you need a little more launch, the red is very, very stable in the handle. So, if you load it with that fast transition, but you need a little bit more tip acceleration, the red might be a lovely fit for you as well. Yeah, hard to say these questions that sometimes come at us. It's not straightforward, the answer. Many ways you can go. Jim is saying, make it 500, Ian.
Right, Jim.
Sell that.
Pipe down.
All right, let's take a couple more, and then we've got to get back on with it. But this has been a great live today. New Discord would be sweet. I agree. It will be. Dave, none of us have talked to Matty, but we were talking about him a lot last week when we were down at TPI. Really just wanted to give him a space right now, and it's when you're on that roller coaster, you don't necessarily want to be answering those questions all the time. So, when the time is right and he's feeling a little bit better, again, he'll feel ready to come back, and I'm sure he'll have tons of opportunities. I know all the manufacturers are dying to work with him again, and get him out as product release season is upon us, and get him testing different stuff. But I can't honestly say I know exactly how he's doing. I did see him and Lindsay were out at the weekend. They had some good function. They were all dressed up to the nines, looking swell. So good sign. He had a Moscow Mule or something like that in hand. So never a bad thing. But we're hoping he's doing well, Dave. That's sure. That's for sure. Mick Crawley, come on, guys. More thumbs up for Ian and Mikey. Come on. 65 is not bad. Can we get it to 100? All right.
There was one here. Someone was like, my pitching wedge and 8-iron are going the same distance. Should I get a loft and lie assessment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Scott with the speed is saying 124 to 126 swing speed. Hits up and at 3 to 5, TSI 3, 10 degrees at 9.25, TP5X, ball spins off in the high side. Lower lofted head or different shaft? Definitely lower lofted head, that's for sure. Get yourself into that. TBX, tipped half an inch, might need to be a bit more than that. No, I would say, Scott, get yourself into. I'd love to take you all the way down to the 8 and see where we end up. I think you could gain some ball speed. You could also, get that spin rate under control really, really nicely. The Titleist heads do manage the spin windows really, really nicely. So I would start at 8 first. Okay, are we?
126 mile an hour, that's a lot of speed.
I saw one there from Quinton. I'll go back to Timothy's in 1 second. Favourite course in Scotland?
Turnberry.
Yeah. Turnberry's my favourite links course in Scotland. My favourite course is Loch Lomond.
Never played it, wouldn't know.
Shin, my man.
Hello, Shin.
We'll see you soon.
Couple shafts.
Exactly. Timothy saying he hits his 8-iron with a 95-gram shaft around 194 shafts. Why did my fitter fit me for a heavier
194 shafts.
194 yards?
Oh boy.
Why did my fitter fit me for a heavier 115-gram shaft? Because you're fast.
194
trying to
yards.
control that speed, Timothy. Yeah, I mean that's a long way to hit an 8-iron. So that speed, a lot can go wrong. So just trying to kind of manage that a little bit. So I'm not surprised at all with the extra weight.
There's a long 8-iron.
Daniel saying Loch Lomond is great. Love 18. What a golf hole. Still wouldn't know. Shin.
Call us.
Or we'll call you. The lads are great. Said they'd love to have you. Shin said he's a big fan.
Oh yeah, nice. I'll sign a glove.
All right, guys. We are just about out of time. Great week ahead. We've got Tacoma iron review. We've got some new wedges from one of the main OEMs coming out. We've actually just filmed part A of that video. We've got a direct-to-consumer golf ball through the door. Mint, M-Y-N-T. Logo looks somewhat familiar.
Minty fresh.
Minty fresh, yep. Apparently, if you're ambitious, if your ambition tour, if your talent soft, sounds a bit like us.
Or if you're a wizard.
Or if you're a wizard pro, get into a bit of mint golf balls. So we'll be testing those today for sure. We'll be testing look at that Cobra head a second. We have a Cobra long drive head in the house.
Oh yeah, 5 degree.
5.5 degree loft. We can turn it as low down as 4.
You can roll some putts with it and use it as a driver.
Seriously. We've got a custom weight kit with it as well where we can manipulate the numbers, but currently playing 4 degrees. Totally different face.
Yeah, the face is so good.
Yeah, totally different face.
No friction.
No. So that'll be good. We're going to compare that to a regular Cobra LTD XLS. What else have we got? Ventus TR.
Ventus TR, yeah.
Lots and lots, guys. Tons and tons of stuff to do. So just final one, guys. If you are looking to book with us over the next little while, this is a great time to get booked in, whether it's outdoor. The Toronto store is still pretty booked up for the next few weeks. I would say Mississauga, that store, and the outdoor location at the Pulpit Club are your 2 fastest routes to getting in with us. We do tend to see the bookings really spike up after people get back from holidays right now when the schools go back. So in the next kind of week to week and a half, get yourself booked in if you're looking at a fall fit, looking to get into some of the new clubs this fall.
Yeah.
Michael, parting thoughts? It's lovely to have you back.
Nice to be back. Have a wonderful week.
Agreed.
Enjoy the videos.
Lots of good ones coming. You're hitting in quite a few of them as well.
Sorry about that.
Apologies in advance for Michael's. No, you were striping it.
Yeah.
Striping it.
Just need to play more, that's all.
Yeah, he doesn't play quite enough, the lad, Just gets his rounds up there and into the several hundreds.
I wish.
Just needs more time off. He's a better boss, that's what it is.
True.
Okay. Guys, stay tuned. We will see you again next week.